Welcome back. My name is Adele, and if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, let us grow together, and most importantly, be accountable. This is part 2, and we are still with our guest, Mr. Alex Mwine, who's a team leader with Love Uganda, but also has some investments that you need to look forward to, cars, exporting, and all that. He is your guy. Now, last week we talked about why I need to save, the art of saving. Today is, the main thing is all about, is saving money enough? So I've put this money aside, then what? Won't it just go there and, because if I get this 10,000 shillings or 100,000 shillings, put it in my jar at home, it's not making any more money.
Brilliant.
It is just static.
Yes.
How do I grow my money?
Brilliant question. Actually, that is the biggest part.
Yeah.
Saving is not enough. You can't just keep saving because and you know, when you're saving money, you should never forget that you're saving against inflation.
Yes.
This means that your money will lose value 12 months, 6 months down the road.
Yeah.
So while you have your purpose, that's why your why is very strong. I'll tell you for a fact that in the beginning of the year, you can decide to save to buy land. When you go to ask for the value of the land you want to buy in the area, they'll probably tell you 50 million.
Yes.
When you save 12 months down the road, that property may probably not be 50 million.
Of course, it'll be like 60.
Exactly. So I encourage people, for example, if you're saving, identify your why. Why am I saving? Am I looking to buy land? If I raise 50% of this money, can I go and deposit? Then pay the balance later. However,
$1 today, better than $1 tomorrow.
Brilliant. So you end up buying the same property at the same value in 12 months. First 6 months, the 50% you've paid, the other 50 in installments. Now, I'll talk about with Love Uganda, the model, the saving model of with Love Uganda.
Yes, when you hear the word with love,
yes,
it's like when you're writing a letter to someone,
yes,
and then you say, with love, Adele. So now I want to understand, what is this with love about?
Brilliant. So with Love Uganda, why we call it with love, by the way, is on top of saving, whatever we want to invest in, we want to invest in our country. So when you do something with love and out of love, you give it your best.
Yes.
So whatever we want to invest in, we want it to be top notch, the best we can find. That's why we are calling it with Love Uganda.
Yeah.
Because we are going to invest, we are investing in our own country. So we want to do it with love.
Amazing. And what is a strategy in place to save this money that is going to be invested here and be top-notch services?
Brilliant. So with Love Uganda, we came up with a model because we realized that you see, our economy is not doing well.
Yeah.
Those in business are struggling. The ones in employment earn very little pay. There's too much demand on that one little salary.
Yes.
Then you struggle to take children through school.
Cost of living has gone high.
Brilliant.
Food, transport, everything.
Brilliant. And the costs are increasing, but your income isn't.
It's actually reducing.
Brilliant. Then you struggle to take children through school, but finding employment after university is also another challenge.
Yeah.
So for us, as with Love Uganda, we said, no, we're not going to keep complaining. We're not going to keep saying, oh, it's our government, tuyambe. You know?
Yes.
It's not sustainable.
So at some point you need to do something about it.
Brilliant.
So what are we doing about it?
So we came up with a very simple solution that we called the 10,000 project. And what we're doing now is we're mobilizing a minimum of 1 million savers. In this case, we're actually becoming members.
Okay.
So we're mobilizing 1 million Ugandans, each of us saving or putting away just 10,000 shillings per month.
10,000 shillings?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Very serious.
10,000 shillings. 2 bottles of water, 10,000 shillings in these high-end places. A plate of food, 10,000 shillings. You're saying I can save that?
Brilliant. Yes, very well so.
Sounds too good to be true, Alex. Tell me.
So we are saving this 10,000 shillings. But you know, I mean, if you lost 10,000, you wouldn't even call anyone to come and excuse me. You can't even tell your neighbor.
You can't.
That I've lost 10,000.
Yes.
You know, so we want to give value for money.
Okay.
We want you to have value for 10,000. So we are mobilizing 1 million people. When you do the math, if we are 1 million Ugandans saving 10,000 shillings per month, when you do the math, that is 10 billion shillings a month and 120 billion shillings a year.
Just 1 year.
Thank you very much. So I like posing this question. Do you know what we can do with this money?
A lot. I'm already having imaginations in my head. What I could do with just even a 10 billion alone.
Brilliant.
That you save in 1 month.
Brilliant. So we are trying to show that you can't do this alone. If we came together as people, as Ugandans, with one goal, one purpose, one mind, we can actually become financially independent and free. So I'll tell you what we want to do with this money. We want to invest it here in our own economy to create good, sustainable employment and business opportunities for us, the contributing members.
The members.
Brilliant. Yes, because we are the savers. Yeah. So
take care of your own first.
Brilliant. So we want to invest it here, and we want to invest in all sectors.
Okay.
But our priority sectors for now are two, which are health and housing. Now, for the health sector, we want to invest in a state-of-the-art hospital. We fully furnish it and equip it with anything and everything that has ever been invented in the medical field.
When we get sick and we have these big complications, we start doing fundraising, car drives to go to India. You're saying all that can be here?
Brilliant.
And I just take myself there?
Exactly.
Okay.
So we want to build a state-of-the-art, and now the With Love comes in. Why we called it With Love Uganda is now, in the case of the hospital, we want it to be the biggest, most equipped hospital in Africa.
Africa?
Yes. And
like I said, this is sounding too good to be true. But so you put this facility, how do I benefit as a member?
Brilliant. So on top of putting up the facility, the hospital is going to create thousands and thousands of employment and business opportunities for us, the members, the contributing members who are putting out 10,000 per month. So in employment, mention anything you can think about. Of course, for the doctors and the medical practitioners, it's a given, yeah. But for the rest of the members who are the savers, anything you can think about: human resource, admin,
lawyers,
procurement, lawyers. All those are opportunities for members created by the hospital.
Okay.
For the business people, we are talking of supplying sand, cement, stone, people who will construct the hospital. You have to be a member
of With Love Uganda for you to benefit from this.
Brilliant.
That's interesting. Maybe the whole thing would be, after we put up the hospital, then what?
Brilliant. So after we put up the hospital, of course, we have already the 1 million membership, people who will access this hospital. For members, of course, there are benefits. Some services are going to be free. For example, consultation. If you're a member, you should come at the hospital and not pay consultation. The other services should be subsidized for you. We want to roll this out later into an insurance package for members. If you've been saving or paying your 10,000 for, say, 5 years, when you come to the hospital, should you get the same benefits or subsidies as a member who has just begun 6 months?
No.
Brilliant. So this,
you have really thought through this thing so well. It looks like it has very many brilliant minds behind it.
yes.
Okay, you said the two projects.
Yes.
That's health.
Yes.
What's the other?
The other is housing. In the housing, we want to build very beautiful houses in an organized community in sizes of 2, 3, 4 to 5 bedrooms. Then we request us, the members, whoever is interested, take up a house, pay between 350 to 500,000 per month for a period not less than 30 years.
Wow, that's like a real mortgage.
Brilliant. So it's going to be like
but an affordable one.
Brilliant. Because you see, we challenged ourselves,
Yeah.
and we said, even though you rent a house or an apartment for 20 years and you've been paying 500, 600, even a million shillings per month.
If you do the math, it's just, oh my God, yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
And that money, when you're leaving your house, the landlord will never say, Adele, you can go with the windows and doors. Because you have supported me so much.
Please take something. Instead, they are telling you, security fees not coming back.
Thank you very much. So we want to make it affordable, easier and convenient,
yes,
for members to own very nice homes.
Wow.
So you can see how we are giving you value for the 10,000 shillings.
Wow.
So we tell you, instead of renting wherever you are, take up this house with your family, start paying between 350 to 500 for a period of 30 years.
If you can afford to pay higher, you reduce your period of payment.
I will tell you, for example,
yeah,
if Adele, you've taken a 3-bedroom house, and the going premium is 400,000 per month. But as a member, as Adele, being who you are, you can afford to double the amount and pay, say, 800,000 per month. It means you're going to pay off your house in half the time, which is 15 years.
Yes.
Exactly. Then if you can afford to triple your premium and pay 1.2 million per month,
you still reduce your period by a very...
10 years.
Now, honestly, that's too good to be true, Alex. Is there any progress so far?
Brilliant. Yes, there is.
And membership as well, we can just add that together. Membership,
yes,
and progress.
Yes. I'll tell you, as of yesterday, we are about 858 members, growing every day. We've managed to pull together with just our 10,000, about now more than 120 million shillings. These figures I'm telling you are live. Our website is updated every 24 hours. So anyone can go and check the figures out. We've bought land in 2020. We bought land in Busika, a very good piece. So I think we're progressing well. Then, by the way, we came up with a very simple strategy because we want to hit, we have targets to be able to start on this sooner. We came up with a very simple target to hit of 10,000 members before end of 2022, this year.
Yeah.
So 10,000 members, each of us saving 10,000 shillings per month. When you do the math, that is 100 million per month.
End of year? Wow.
Exactly. So with 100 million per month, we can't fail to identify a contractor, give them a piece of land, request them to start on our hospital, and they fail.
And then that takes me to the, because now it's opening my mind.
Yes.
So many things that mostly people will be asking out there. What's the time frame?
Brilliant.
Every time you set a goal and a vision, there must be a time frame.
Brilliant.
So that you know, in 10 years I want to be here, in 20 years I want to be here.
Brilliant.
This project, the 10,000 project.
Yes.
What is the time frame?
Brilliant. I'll tell you, when we began in 2018, we set a target to hit. We said from 2018, can we set a target of 7 to 8 years? In 8 years, let's see how much we have from our 10,000, how many we are in terms of membership, and then we can determine, it will be a vote that we can take, all of us, and we can determine, and you see now voting was made so easy. You can vote on your phone, you know.
Yeah.
So we can determine and say, should we continue with the 10,000 per month, or the investments we have in place are enough to return, to bring back money, to keep investing, to create opportunities for the rest of the members who haven't tapped onto probably the hospital, or probably I've already built my house, I don't need a house, you know. So in 8 years we want to see, do we have enough investment to bring us enough return on investment to keep reinvesting? Am I making sense?
Yes, you are.
Yes. So we set a target of 8 years. Then from there we shall evaluate and say, should we continue with the 10,000 or we can put a stop? If we need to continue, should we set another target of 3 more years? Yeah.
And that looks like a long period of time, but it's not. It's not. And one thing that I pick out of all of this is that it's not hectic to save that money.
Brilliant.
And it not being hectic means that someone can actually be committed to do it.
Brilliant.
But at the same time, how do we become at least 300,000?
Brilliant question.
How do we become 3,000? Oh, I'm a member, by the way. I've joined because I love to save. And I'm thinking, how do we become at least 300,000 in the next 3 years so this project can become bigger and we can start off this?
Brilliant, brilliant. First and foremost, let me mention that 8 years, the target we set. Now we've moved. June this year, we'll be celebrating our 4th anniversary.
Imagine.
And I like challenging people. I'll ask you, for example, Adelle. You probably have achieved a lot as Adelle, but most people, if you ask them 10 years, look 10 years back, what have you achieved in 10 years?
We'll start looking down.
Thank you. So time flies.
Yeah, sure.
But if you're committed, if you have something like with Love Uganda, you have something to look forward to. You have people, a family that you can relate with. So you asked me a brilliant question.
Yeah.
How can we reach 300,000?
Yeah.
So we came up with a very simple strategy. We set a target fit, for example, by end of this year. 2023 we'll have another target. So for the target for this year, we set 10,000 members. We came up with a very simple strategy on how to hit this target.
Okay.
We said when we hit 800 members, we said, can each of us, the members, commit to just bringing one new member every month? Just only one.
I've brought 3 already.
Brilliant. So just one new member. Now you who has brought 3 have overperformed.
Yes, and I'm going to overperform because this project is good for everyone, not just the members and even the community around. And possibly the other pertinent question we look at here is generational wealth and growth. How can I pay for my child?
Brilliant. Yes.
If I want my child to, in 10 years, 20 years, my son will be 20 years if it's 20 years, because now it's just 1 year.
Yes.
So then, how do I make sure that he has something to start from?
Brilliant. Quickly, let me finish what you had asked earlier.
Yeah.
You had said, how do we make sure we are 300,000 members in the shortest time? So the 10,000, if 800 bring each one, you talk to your brother, your sister, your husband, your spouse, your child to be a member. We can double the number from 800 to 1,600 members. If we committed to this for only 6 months, I'll challenge our viewers and listeners to only do the math. We do 800 for now, each bringing one, and we multiply like that. In 6 months, we'll be more than 22,000 members.
Wow. Wow.
When you do the math of 22,000 members times 10,000 shillings, that's 220 million per month in collections.
This always seems to be unbelievable, and that takes me to an issue of accountability.
Yes.
Like I told you earlier, this channel is about accountability.
Brilliant.
Most of the questions that people will ask is, Alex, our money, our money.
Yes.
How do we account?
Yes.
How do members track their money?
Yes.
And how do they know how much is there?
Brilliant, brilliant. So I'll combine the 2 questions.
Yes.
This is actually very good. So you had asked, how do I pay for my child? So accountability, and I love your channel. It's about accountability.
Yes.
And for anyone to progress in life, you have to be accountable. So with Love Uganda, we are running with 3. We have about 7 core values, as with Love Uganda, but our main 3 that we are fronting are 3. We are talking accountability, transparency, and honesty. We are not just talking the talk, we want to walk the talk. We want to be, actually one of our hashtags is, let's be the difference that we want to see.
Okay.
How can I be accountable? Before I say, oh, the government people are eating our money, what are you doing? Are you accountable as a Ugandan? So as with Love Uganda, we're putting it in practice. How? First and foremost, we are partnering with MTN and Airtel. They're the ones in charge of collecting the 10,000 per month. So you don't give it to Adelle, don't give it to me.
Don't give it to you.
No. You send it through mobile money, and MTN and Airtel collect this money and deposit on our bank account in Equity Bank. Yeah. Now, as a member, how are you able to track your 10,000 that you have paid? So when you go to our website, there's a members login area. Now remember, your phone number is your unique identifier.
Yes, because now you're using a telecom, so no one has your number, so it's your unique identifier.
Brilliant.
Yes.
No one else has a phone number like yours.
Yeah.
So in the case of with Love Uganda, your phone number is your account number. So when you go on the website and you tap to open the login, members login area, it prompts you to enter your phone number. So when you enter your phone number and log in, you're able to access your payments from your first 10,000 shillings
to debt.
Thank you. So that is how we are being accountable. But also, we are not just doing that, we are going ahead because this is our money.
Yes.
So we go ahead, we have WhatsApp groups. I challenge people, I always tell people that Africa, we should develop faster and quicker and use shorter time to develop compared to the Western world and the people who have gone there before us. Why? We have technology on our fingertips. So with Love Uganda, we are embracing the technology of WhatsApp. We have mobile phone. You can access your account on your mobile phone. So now WhatsApp has WhatsApp groups, of course. So we've clustered members into WhatsApp groups. Each member should belong to a WhatsApp group. So we go ahead and post your payments. For members who are either lazy or don't frequently check on their accounts, you should make sure that when you pay today, the following day,
you can cross-check and see if your payment has reflected.
Brilliant.
And keep following up.
Brilliant. In the WhatsApp group and on your account when you log in. Now, for also accountability purposes, we've gone ahead to say that if this is our money, why shouldn't we share the signed checks with members?
And the bank statements.
Brilliant. So every month we create a report. We call them quick reports.
Yeah.
Every end of month we post a quick report in the WhatsApp groups for members to know how much we have spent, if there's any expenditure, that is, how much we have collected in the month from our 10,000 from the members. Then how many we are, have we grown from last month?
Sure.
So we do this and it's part of accountability. But we also go ahead to make sure that we put out communication. For example, we bought land. We go out to mention to members that we've identified a piece of land in this area. This is how much it's going for, and this is how much we're going to spend. So we go ahead and spend this money, but also after we've spent the money, we come up and post the receipts, the agreement signed, and the check signed to that effect to pay these members. At the end of the financial year, like we mentioned earlier, we share the bank statement for members to cross-check and be sure that what we actually said we spent on was
what actually was done.
Brilliant.
And that's good because then it brings trust and belief in this whole project.
Yes.
As we conclude, this is very exciting and it's too good to be true. That's why it's taking a bit long. And it's okay because we're here to make sure people understand. Brilliant. And can also be able to save for the future.
Brilliant.
Save now so that tomorrow is better.
Exactly.
As we
save
conclude,
me today, I'll save you tomorrow.
Yes. As we conclude, what is that you can tell people who are watching that they need to join, but most importantly, what's the motivation?
Brilliant, brilliant. Of course, I would encourage every Ugandan to rally and run with this. Why? It's a cheaper and easier saving model. Yes. 1. 2, it gives you opportunities, gives you access to the 1 million savers. If you're a business person, you have access to 1 million people. What we are doing is we are promoting, supporting each other before you go out to look for...
And growing networks.
Exactly.
Yes.
Before you go out to give an opportunity to another person, can you first give it to a With Love Uganda member? So we actually have a market day every Thursday. So on top of saving your 10,000, you have access to a big network of people. 1, 2, the saving is giving you access to opportunities in employment, business opportunities. So, for example, I'll tell you, if you, me who sells cars, I'll use me, who is in the car business. I always tell people just having 0.01% of the 1 million people being loyal customers buying cars from a motorcar investment. That is 10,000 people who are members buying cars from me,
True.
I'll never be a poor man.
Very true. That small percentage always makes a difference.
Thank you very much.
And that's what we are looking for.
Exactly.
That one person joins us, 2 people, 3 people, and before we know it, we are a big family.
Brilliant.
What's your final word for savers?
Yes, my final word is as you endeavor to save, it's not easy. It's always best to do it with people, with a group of people. With Love Uganda gives you that opportunity. With Love Uganda gives you that opportunity to be a part of one big family as you save your 10,000. Because I mean, why are you saving? You're saving for a purpose. You're saving to achieve a goal. Most of us are saving so that we can have financial freedom at the end of the day. So with Love Uganda gives you that platform, and to encourage our viewers, whoever will probably have many more questions just from what you've picked today. If you want to reach us, you can go on the website. There's an online, a live chat window. You can tap it on the website. You'll see WhatsApp us. You'll be able to have a conversation or receive a call back so that all your questions are asked.
Wow. It's been such an amazing conversation. And as we are candid and honest and accountable, make sure that you know how to manage your money this year and the years to come. Save, save, and save. Because tomorrow could be the day that you need that saving. But also for your generation, the young people, our little ones, they need to have where to start from. And I think this conversation is one you need to think about, especially the 10,000 project that sometimes I think is too good to be true, but I'm excited to be a part of. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to Candid Talk with Adelle. So much more will be shared here on this channel. We are all about growth and accountability. See you next week.